Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. And also, if you'd like to leave a comment to let me know how this resonates with you, that would be really appreciated. And sharing it out with your friends is the best way to get these videos out there to the world. So thank you guys for sharing. Really appreciate that. Today's topic is all about which karmic cycles are you releasing right now? That means which areas of your life are you transforming in? Which patterns are you letting go of? Which things that you normally have done over and over and over, are you starting to get the hint that it's time to stop doing those things and start moving in a new direction? This is going to be a very eye-opening video and pick a card reading, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you are interested in working with me personally, you can book personal readings with me, tarot and also astrology natal chart readings on my website at channelforgrace.guru. The description to that is the link to that is in the description of the video, as well as my Instagram, my Facebook page, and all social media if you want to follow me on there. So without further ado, take a moment to look at which of these piles attracts you the most, and that is the pile that you pick. We've got pile number 1 over here, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So once you figure out which pile is yours, you can go into either the description if you're on a desktop or the comment box if you're on your iPhone and click on the timestamp for your reading. So without further ado, let's see what we have for you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Pile number 1, let's see what we got for you. You got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and Knight of Swords. So the karmic cycles that you are in this moment releasing, and remember that we are officially moving towards that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which in essence, Saturn is the planet of authority, Pluto is the planet of transformation. They have been asking us for a while now, for even a few years now, to really transform and change. And so we're all, if you're doing the work, this is what's happening right now. You're stepping into a new cycle and letting go of certain things from the past. And so for you, getting the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands normally or traditionally represents a new beginning, a passionate new beginning, creativity flowing. This is second chakra stuff, so just being creative in general. The Ace of Pentacles traditionally represents the beginning of an abundance cycle, so making money. The Nine of Wands, interestingly enough, represents strength in tough times and also being prepared in a physical way, like not being ill, being healthy in your body to be ready to move to victory. But since this is a cycle that you're releasing, what this means for you is that what you're letting go of is this inability to basically use your intuition to move forward in life, to activate your creativity. It's like you've been blocked for a while now, and this karmic cycle has not allowed you to be yourself, because creativity is about being ourselves. It is about opening up that fire, and that's what the wands represent, that fire energy to create, to begin to manifest in our lives. You've also been feeling blocked, and this could be something that is part of, this lifetime. This is a karmic cycle of this lifetime, or a cycle. I don't always like to use the word karmic, but because in this case it represents more than just karmic cycles. This represents, negative habits that we just keep repeating over and over that are literally blocking us from moving forward. Right now you're releasing this blocked creativity and this blocked ability to create money in your life, to bring in that abundance. And with the Nine of Wands, what you are feeling now is that those obstacles, those challenges that once made you feel unprepared and unwilling to fight for what is yours, for what you deserve, for the life that you want, you are now letting them go. any ill health in your body, any ailments in your body, you are now letting them go, and you're finding more alignment. And you see the chakras going up here. Well, that's her alignment with her divine energy. That's her kundalini rising. And that's what's happening right now. You're letting go of the obstacles that have stopped you in the past from being able to be creative and to find ways to make money in your life. And you're stepping into what? You're stepping into the Knight of Swords, who is this courageous figure who is ready to lunge forward at life. He's in the traditional cards, he's on a horse and he has this sword and he's like ready for battle and he's ready to take on whatever comes at him. And that's that courage that you were lacking in the past, but is now you're beginning to step into. And that's really an empowering way to live. You get North Node, life's purpose, Sagittarius card of IC, and the part of fortune, which means increase, but also the skills in your life that you came in, these natural talents that you have, that you come into life with. So what this means is the North Node is pointing you towards your destiny. Right now, the North Node is in Cancer, but I would recommend finding out where your North Node actually is on your natal astrology chart. And if you need help with that, you can always schedule a natal astrology reading with me on my website, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. But I would highly recommend finding out where your North Node is, because there's something about this connection that says, hey, let's take a look at what are you supposed to be doing in this life? What's your destiny? You are definitely, this card definitely says you're moving towards destiny right now. And part of that is stepping into courage. We also get the Sagittarius card of IC. So the Sagittarius is the curious seeker of information, ruler of the planet Jupiter, which is about expansion. And that makes sense because you've been blocked in the past in these areas of creativity and manifesting abundance, or just things in your life that you want, and feeling like you don't have the energy to do those things. You're stepping now into expansion. So it makes sense that Sagittarius would show up here, because Sagittarius has no limits. He has that, in a positive way, Sagittarius can have no limits because it wants to just figure out the world and discover the world, and it has that momentum and that fire energy connected to that Ace of Wands. So, and also that Sagittarius energy is connected to the Knight of Swords as well, because he's got that fiery, also fiery and airy energy, because the swords do represent the air element. So this ability to lunge forward towards what you want in life. And the part of fortune means that right now, as you release this old pattern, you're finding what your natural talents are. You're finding what you're actually good at. And right now, it's really important for you to allow yourself to receive. Be open to the messages that the universe brings to you. Look at how beautiful these two cards match, because she's receiving almost like the nectar of the universe, and she's receiving by listening for her truth. Sagittarius is always the sign of truth. Sagittarius and Jupiter, they bring truth, because you search for the truth. So right now, you need to find ways to focus on what is my truth. And your last card is this card of Gaia, which is earth connection. It's Mother Earth. It's groundedness. So it is important for you to be grounded right now in order to be able to listen to the universe and receive the messages that are coming to you right now, that are guiding you towards that North Node of destiny. Gaia is asking you to be mindful as well of the planet, and to come back to earth and stay grounded. It's easy for us when we feel like things are lost, like life is not going the right way. It's easy for us to let our minds kind of wander off into, what could have been. Sometimes we get lost in these negative emotions and these negative thought patterns, but it's time for you to rise up and step into your power. And that is staying grounded is going to help you. And, remember that Ganesh right here, this cute little Ganesh, he's the remover of obstacles. So he's here in these readings to help us all remove all these obstacles in our life, so we can truly start to step forward into more of a life of destiny, of power, of stepping into our power, and of releasing these karmic cycles, these things, these patterns that we keep repeating over and over that no longer serve us. So I'm excited for you, and I would love to know how this reading resonated with you. So leave a comment below, and thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you next time. Sat Nam. Pile number 2, let's see what we got for you. Your reading begins with the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Seven of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So interestingly enough, what I first noticed right away, this energy of these 4 cards are, this seems to me like a pattern or a karmic cycle from a past life. Because when you get like kings and queens energy, it seems like this comes from a long time ago, like something that you've been repeating maybe for many lifetimes. Just want to throw that out there. But what this looks like is, what this story reveals, these 4 cards, is this. The Queen of Wands is the sacred divine feminine energy that, when allowed to truly express itself, is in bliss. And you can see that in her face. You can see that in how she's adorned. You can see this, powerful energy that just comes out of her. It's this creative life force. The Wands energy is that fire energy. And what happens is the Emperor comes along and says, enough of that. I am in charge. Because the Emperor is about authority. It is about where the power lies. And in this case, the Emperor is here to tell this Queen of Wands to kind of dumb it down a little bit, in a sense. And so in a past life, or even in this lifetime, you may have been unable to express your full power, unable to truly be yourself and show the world these vibrant colors. And so you've felt this sort of like energy that has placed its power over you and has taken over. And you have felt very dark energy. You have felt very alone. You have felt very hidden. And so all of that bottled up energy needs a time to release. It needs a space to be expressed, and you have not been able to do that. Whether this was something that from a past life, or whether this is from this lifetime, you have to kind of feel it out, what feels right for you. But you have been oppressed. That's what this says. You've been oppressed in the past, and that is the karmic cycle that you are now releasing. Because stepping into the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Cups is the energy of, especially the Seven of Wands, is I can fight my own battles. I am strong enough to fight my own battles. And it has to do with you learning how to express yourself. So because of this oppressive energy that this Emperor has brought into your life, it doesn't have to be a guy, but it can be from a man. And it can mean that, this reading might align more with women, but it doesn't have to be, because there's plenty of men out there that are oppressed by women and by men and by other men. So this isn't gender specific, but it could possibly be because of the ways that the cards came out. But what I'm saying is that you're learning now to finally express yourself and say, I can do this. I can step up, and I can express my feelings, and I can connect to what really matters for myself in my life. And it is a stepping into your power that you weren't allowed to express in the past. That's the cycle that you are stepping into. Not surprisingly, we get the Cancer card of I feel. So this is you connecting with your emotions. Also the Moon energy. That's what Cancer is. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. You get the Aries card of I am, and the Solar Eclipse card of Revolution. So what's happening here for you is you are learning how to feel. You are learning how to activate that power, that fiery energy. Aries is like, no one can stop Aries. That's very Seven of Wands energy. You can't stop Aries. It's just going to plow through. It's going to be excited about what's coming next. It's the full energy, ready to launch forward. Nothing can stop it. So this is you stepping into your power. And it might be that as you're releasing this pattern right now, you're going to feel this very intense pull towards expressing yourself because you're finally being allowed to. But the thing is that what you're going to learn is that you're actually beginning to allow yourself, and you're realizing that this pattern is something that you learned. And so even after this oppressive energy is physically gone from your life, you are still oppressing yourself internally through your thoughts, through your belief systems, through your emotional patterns. So this goes way deeper than just someone in your life who might have been oppressive to you and not allowed you to express yourself. Now this is beyond that. This goes, okay, so now you learn this behavior and you're doing it to yourself still. And this happens to all of us. We need to learn how to stop doing what we learned, what people taught us to do, right? Because you remember when you're little, your parents' voices, they become your inner voice to yourself. So whatever you hear around you becomes what you tell yourself later on in life. And we don't realize this, but it is something that is very real. And you're starting to decipher between what is your thought and what isn't your thought. What part of it is actually, something that you're creating, and what part isn't. This is a part of this process of releasing it. So there's a revolution going on inside of you. It's this solar eclipse energy, this revolution, and you are becoming sort of like a volcano. It almost feels like a volcano ready to erupt, because you're like, I've had enough. But I'm also realizing that I'm still doing a little bit of this to myself as well, with my thoughts, with my patterns. Sorry about that fly. It's kind of annoying. So you get the release the dark wound, let love live, and have faith in the process. These are such beautiful messages for you. Release that dark wound, like release that energy. This is literally what the universe is asking you to do right now, and why you're already doing it, because that's what the reading is all about. What karmic cycles are you releasing right now? So you are doing this. So this is a message for you to have faith in the process. Continue to have faith in this process. Don't give up right now. And how beautiful is this, that the last card you get is hope. Hope. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. That is so beautiful to end this reading with, and how the energy of this card matches so much. The colors and the vibrancy matches that initial Queen of Wands card. And they're both these beautiful women, in their power, feeling bliss because they're able to be free. It doesn't mean that you're a woman. It just means that you are ready to be free, and you are ready to finally express yourself. So you're moving towards freedom. You're moving towards freeing yourself of the things that no longer serve you. And it is these oppressive thoughts. It is these, things from the past, either in this lifetime or in a past life, that have oppressed you, and you're now coming into your power. And remember that we are in the momentum of going towards that Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January. And there's eclipses in December. There's an eclipse in December and another one in January, which is, I would say for you, are going to be really powerful, especially the solar eclipse that is happening on the 25th into the 26th of December, depending on where you are in the world. But because this card of solar eclipse came out, pay attention to this time of your life and what's going on. I mean, it's Christmas, like, oh my God, kind of crazy, but that's what's going on for you. Do your best to keep the hope up. You're doing the work. You're okay. Everything's okay. You're on track. You are on time, the divine time. And it's time for you to release that dark wound, and let love live inside of you. And remember to have faith in the process. And you are learning how to express yourself. And that is beautiful. So I hope this reading resonated with you. And I would love to know your comments in the description or in the comments below what you feel about this reading and how it did resonate with you. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you again next time. Sat Nam. Pile number 3, let's see what we got for you. We start your reading with the 5 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. And what I see in this reading is this could be something from your childhood, or this could be something from a past life, but I'll tell you what the story is. The 5 of Swords is an energy of being defeated, of feeling very vulnerable, of being shamed, of being told, being abused in a way, or at least being told, being persecuted, being told like, nope, this is not allowed kind of energy, but mostly being shamed. You see this like very vulnerable energy with this woman in this card. And then because you also have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Cups is about childhood memories. It's also past life stuff. It also asks you to step up the courage to let go of the past and move forward into a new reality. So what this makes me think of is that somehow when you were a child, you were shamed. And you were shamed by someone who represents the King of Pentacles, who is, it could be the energy of a husband, or it could be the energy of a leader. But what's most important is that the King of Pentacles is someone that we trust. Someone that you trusted took advantage of you, or at least shamed you, made you feel like you were not good enough. And this happened when you were a child. And this doesn't have to be in this lifetime, because we do have the 6 of Cups here. It could be a past life that you are beginning to release. And I know that you're starting to walk away from this story because of the Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups brings a message of love. And in this card, you literally see yourself walking away, walking through the portal and into a whole new world. And that's really powerful, empowering image of you're leaving this behind. And I love that. You get the South Node, which is definitely past life, Yod of Destiny, and the Earth element of stability. So with the South Node, this brings more of sort of evidence that this is something that happened in a past life, and is a pattern that has maybe possibly repeated in this life, or you feel like this is a true story for you, but you don't know why you have the feelings and the emotions of it when it's something that didn't actually happen to you in this life. It's probably because it happened in a past life, and we carry on the things that still need to be healed. And so the story that's happening right now is you are learning how to be in your own power and how to walk away from all of this. And that's it's not an easy, this is probably one of the most like gnarly reading of the 4 that I've done. But yeah, it just feels like it's a very heavy energy. It's not very fun. And it's something that was very painful that happened in the past, a very painful cycle that you went through that taught you a lot, but somehow you're still holding on to it. So this is karmic. It's getting released. You're moving towards the Yod of Destiny, and it's connected to this card, this Page of Cups. When you see her walking away, she's walking away from the past and walking towards destiny. And the Earth element here of stability is here because it's important for you to be grounded during this time, to let yourself, find some comfort somewhere. We are all, as a collective, we are being asked to change and transform. And the reason I'm doing these readings right now is because we're in the process of moving towards that Saturn and Pluto conjunction in January of 2020, which is the biggest transformation shift that we're going to see on a bigger scale in government, politics, and the world scale. But we see it all right now in our personal lives. You look around and you're like, wow, everyone is going through something, learning something, shifting their energy. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And so this is, no surprise that these readings are coming out really heavy and really powerful as well. So remember that we're all going through this. So knowing, having an understanding of what it all means is a really helpful thing for all of us. And that's why I wanted to do these readings. You also get big, bold vision and heaven sent. Your job right now, as you walk away, is to walk towards your big, bold vision. What is your vision? What do you want in this life? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to create? You see her eyes, they have the eye of Ra in there. That's power. That's being in your power. That's really, it takes it. This person, this being, this sacred divine, looks like a woman, sacred divine feminine energy in her power, is not someone who is letting the past get to them anymore. This is someone who has walked away, and that's what you're walking towards. And you get the heaven sent. And the heaven sent card points to this next card that we're going to put down, which is Joan of Arc. She's a very powerful figure, historical figure, and brings more of this evidence of like, this is a past life thing, because Joan of Arc was persecuted for speaking her truth. So she is the voice of truth. So you have to speak your truth. This could mean that it's time for you to tell your story. And by telling your story, whether writing a book or speaking or getting interviewed or just sharing it with a friend, you might release some of that old, stuck sensations and emotions so that you can move forward from this. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Release the fear of being shamed, of being guilted, and speak your truth. It's time. That's what you're walking towards. You're literally walking towards your truth. So use Joan of Arc as your example. Call on her as a spirit guide to help you, to help guide you through this journey. And I wish you the best of luck. And I would love to know in the comments how this reading resonated with you. So make sure you leave a comment down below and have an amazing rest of your day. Sat Nam. Pile number 4, let's see what we got for you. Your reading begins with the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing here, because we start with the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is about feeling this pressure in your life. In the traditional tarot, the 10 of Wands is that image of the man who's carrying all the wands on his back. And it's like he's feeling the pressure of everything. And the pressure that you're feeling, this is the cycle that you're releasing. You have this pressure, you have this story in your mind telling you that basically you have to have the perfect life, that you have to have the perfect relationship. This is the perfect life, everything. The 10 of Cups is about the perfect relationship, the perfect family, the perfect home life, everything. And then this is about the perfect relationship. So you have this story, this cycle, and this pressure that is telling you that you're supposed to have this like perfect life and perfect relationship, and that you're supposed to be in your power, because the Ace of Swords is about being in your power. But it's not possible, because having the perfect life and the perfect relationship isn't everything. And it doesn't actually exist, because the perfect relationship is where you feel fulfilled. But right now, what you're striving for, or what you have that everyone else wanted you to have, but you didn't necessarily wanted, is not fulfilling you. And that's the problem. And that's why you're releasing this cycle. And letting go. And there's work that needs to be done here to let yourself off the hook, because there's these, you can be in this pressure. We have pressures from the people around us, like especially with parents. It's like what our parents want for us. We have to find a way to release and let go of the things that other people want for us, especially if they're not things that we want for ourselves. Because if this is obviously not something that you want for yourself, the way that other people want it for you is not the way that you want it. So you have to free yourself of those chains and those burdens, and that's what you're releasing. That's what you're letting go. This desire, this need to have the perfect life. What that's going to require is you becoming aware of your emotions and your intuition. With the water element is listening to your intuition, and your intuition says, this is actually what I want. That's not what I want. Either what you have now is not what you want, or what someone wants for you is not what you want. And so you need to say, what do I really want? What's my desire? What are my needs? And that's what's going to clear you of this burden that comes with the 10 of Wands. You also need to face the truth that this is a pattern that you have, and whether you actually are in a relationship right now or you're not, the pressure is still there. And I can tell you that from experience. Like, for the longest time, I felt the pressure to, do all of these things, that someone else wanted for me, but it wasn't what I wanted for myself. And it took a long time to face the truth about it, that that's not what I wanted, and what I wanted was something different. And so Saturn helps you face that truth and be okay with the moon facing your fears, because once the truth comes in, what comes next is the fear of the fact that maybe you don't know what you want, but at least you know what you don't want. And that's really important. But what happens in this case, when we're releasing ourselves of this, pressure from that basically other people are putting on us, we feel this shock. It's like a shock wave that comes through our system, that like passes through us, because we don't know where we're at. All of a sudden we find ourselves in new territory. And that's why we keep repeating this story and doing the things that other people want us to do to have this like perfect life, when the reality is that we're not gonna find our power, because the Ace of Swords is power. It's also having clarity. You're not gonna find this clarity of mind unless you face the truth that Saturn brings, the truth about this pattern. And once you do that, once you kind of deal with the initial shock of realizing where you're actually at, then begins the real work. And you have to realize that what you really want in life, because this has to do with the relationships. The 10 of Cups is relationship related, and so is the 2 of Cups, because the 10 of Cups is the perfect life, like family, relationship, children, home, life, everything that you want. It's like your dream thing. And the 2 of Cups is romantically wise, the perfect relationship. So in order for you to have these things and make them count for yourself, is you have to feel fulfilled with what you have. You can't be in a relationship because someone else wanted you to be in it, because that's not going to fulfill you. So what you really want in order to have this beautiful, perfect life is something that fulfills you and is actually conscious connections. It's relationships, but that actually feed your soul, that go way deeper than on the surface or what looks like to the outside world. This is for you. This is not for anybody else. And that's the main thing that you have to realize. You also get green Tara, such a beautiful color. Also the color green, which comes out here in this moon card as well. She's wearing like a green towel. And then this green color here, the color green, this color green is the heart chakra. It's also prosperity and abundance. And it's the type of abundance that comes to you because you find your power. Ace of Swords. So green Tara brings you supreme protection. So protection from the pressures of life. You are protected. Cords are being cut, and you have to move beyond limitation. You have to trust. You have to move beyond limitation and trust. That is what green Tara, the message that green Tara brings to you. So I hope this reading resonated with you. Please comment below if it did and let me know what you thought about the reading. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and also realize that you're already doing the work, because this reading is about what karmic cycles are you already releasing. And the fact that we're moving towards that Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January of 2020, where we've all been feeling for months now this intense desire to like step into more purpose. And especially if you're watching this video, trust that intuition that you were guided to this. And also these videos are timeless, but because we're right now in this moment dealing with this transition, this astrological transit, we're all shifting and we're all being asked to change. And this is something that will give you insight and clues into what it is that you are releasing right now. So just know that you're already doing the work. Keep trusting your intuition, listen to your emotions, find out what it is that you really want. Not what someone else wants for you, but what it is that you really want, and you will release this pressure. You will feel this pressure of the Ten of Wands start to release and let go, and you'll find that freedom. You'll feel the freedom that you really desire in life. So remember, you're protected. You are cutting the cords, which is necessary for you to find what is right for you, and that you are right now already moving beyond limitation. So just trust that you are on the right path, and trust that this guidance will help you continue to move forward on that path. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Sat Nam.